Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for your love and your support to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be making this delicious jollof rice with assorted meat. So if you want to see how I make it, please watch the video to the end. And if you are new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe and hit on the notification bell. And those of you that keep coming back, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. So now first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to boil my meat. I have horse tail. I also have beef. Can you guys see my beef? I've already washed all this meat nice and clean. I also have goat meat with the skin on. So I decided to add it to a bigger pot because the pot was too small. So I'm just adding onions and seasoning cube. I'm just using crayfish Maggi. I'm also going to be adding aromat because I use aromat to cook instead of salt. If you don't have aromat, you can use salt to taste. So I'm going to mix everything together and I'm going to put it on the cooker to boil till it's soft to my taste. My meat is nice and soft, and as you guys can see, I put it inside a container. I took it out from the stock. This is the stock because I'm not going to use the stock these days. I don't use meat stock to make my food. I dispose it. You need to live healthy. So that is the meat. So now I have um the sweet red long pepper. I have 3 sweet red long pepper. I have 2 bell peppers. I have 3 scotch bonnets, and I also have 3 tomato plums. Can you guys see? I also have 2 red onions, which I'm going to go and blend everything, and I'll be back. So after blending, I'm just pouring it in the pot. We are going to boil it till it's nice and cook. So guys, 15 minutes later, I'm just checking on it, and as you guys can see, our tomato and pepper onions is doing so well. So we are back on the meat. So now I'm going to start frying my meat. So quick one guys, this is the tomato I boiled earlier. When it cooled down, I just add it to the container because this is now the next day, because I was so tired I couldn't make it that very day I wanted to make it. So now I'm going to start frying my meat. So this is my vegetable oil I'm pouring in the pot. I'm going to pre-fry the goat meat. I'm not going to allow it to get golden brown. It's only the horse tail and the beef gonna be golden brown, because I don't like my goat meat fry anyway. So just a bit of frying. So guys, I've taken the meat from the oil. As you guys can see, it's nice and fried. And this is the goat meat. I took it earlier. As you guys can see, it's not golden brown. I just pre-fry it. So now I'm going to start making the sauce for the jollof rice. So guys, I've chopped my onions. That is 1 big of onions. Going to mix. So now I'm going to add tomato paste. This is the Rica, as you guys can see. I'm going to add it. It's the very small one. Sorry. I'm just using one. I don't need a lot. So I'm going to mix all that together. Because today we are not making party jollof rice. We are making just homemade rice, Abby. Just for the family. It's not party for a lot of people. So that small quantity is enough. So now I'm going to add my thyme. This is my thyme. Can you guys see? I'm going to add it. I like thyme in my jollof rice a lot. Oh, you make it feel like that is how jollof rice tastes like. I'm also going to be adding curry powder, but not a lot. About that much, not a lot. I add more thyme than curry. So I'm going to mix this for maybe like half a minute or so. I'm using a big pot because I want the rice to smell smoky. When I use a big pot like this, my jollof rice smells very smoky. But if I use a small pot, you know, it just burnt and I don't get the flavor the way I want to. Okay, so this is the tomato and pepper, onions we blend yesterday and we boil. Okay, so I'm going to mix all that together. So now I'm going to add my seasoning. I'm going to add 3 of my crayfish Maggi. You can use any seasoning cube of your choice. My seasoning cube. I'm going to allow everything to cook. And the vegetable oil I used to fry the meat, I took some out. It's not everything that is here, because it'll be too much. So I'm going to add some so that the rice, the sauce can be real. You can fry. You can cook properly inside the oil. Remember guys, I've already boiled my pepper and tomatoes. So everything here is nice and cooked. So I'm just going to, I'll be adding aromat. I can't do without aromat. It's so good, especially with jollof rice. I use it to cook anything really, but even though you don't use it for a vegetable soup, okra soup, I will advise you to use it for jollof rice. You will enjoy it. So I'm going to add, because I replace salt with aromat, or I replace aromat with salt. I don't use salt when I'm using aromat. So yeah, so I'm going to close this to start boiling. While it's boiling, I'm going to go and wash my rice. So guys, this is the rice I normally use. Those of you that you are curious to know, because some of you always ask what kind of rice do you use. So today I'm showing you guys, this is the name of the rice I use. This is how it looks like. Can you guys see that? That is the rice I use. So now I'm going to go and wash my rice. I'm not going to wash everything. I'm just going to take the quantity I need. Okay? Okay. I'm going to load the cooker a bit. So now I'm going to pour my rice that I washed. Going to mix and mix and mix and mix. So now I'm going to add boiled water from the kettle, and I received a comment, someone asking me why do I normally add hot water to my rice. The reason why I add hot water to my rice is at past I've used cold water to cook rice, and I've also used hot water. I noticed that when I use when you use cold water to cook your jollof rice, when you pour cold water, the rice is a bit soggy before it start boiling. But when you add hot water, you know, it started boiling immediately. It just make the process faster, and it make your rice not to join together like starch. Yeah, that is the difference, and that is why I normally add hot water, because I learn how to cook jollof rice from a different people. Some people that I learn from, they use cold water, some people use hot water, and I try both ways, and I see that the hot water is working for me. So if you're using cold water to cook your jollof rice and it's okay, just continue using it. And if you are someone that, oh, it's always, no wonder my rice is always soggy, I'm not going to actually say that might be only cause of it. It also depends on the kind of rice you are using, you know. So anyway, so I'm going to close this to come to a boil. So guys, don't let me fool you. Don't let me fool anybody. So now I noticed that there's excess oil, which I don't want all this oil. So when I'm making jollof rice like that, which it hardly happen, honestly, it hardly happen. But once a while when it happen like that, you know, don't leave it that, oh, the oil is too much, I'm just gonna leave it. No, just take a spoon and take any excess oil and you take it out. Can you see? Just do that till is enough. This is what I normally do. If it's still now, I won't even bother, you know, because I normally use it to fry egg. But when it comes to jollof rice, I don't want my jollof rice to be too oily, so I'm gonna do that till I finish taking out the excess oil. Okay, so as you guys can see, I've taken off enough, so I'm just going to stir it, and I'll mix more water. I'll mix more water from the kettle. Yep, that's it, because I don't like when my jollof rice is too pete, you know. You guys will see when it's ready. So once it starts boiling like that, I'm going to load the cooker extra low. I'm going to add a little bit of water more, because this is not enough to cook the rice, and I don't like adding water after my rice is almost cooked. I like adding everything from beginning, you know, because I just use my head to do the measurement. So yeah, and let me even taste it. Is it? Oh yeah, perfect, delicious. So what I'm going to do now, okay, let me close it and I'll be back in 5 minutes. Check on it. Okay guys, I hope you guys can see it because of the steam. So I'm going to taste it. Perfect. It doesn't need any more water, it just needs steam. What I'm going to do now, can you guys see properly? Sorry for the steam. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to use foil and cover it so that the steam will cook the rice. Doesn't need any more water. Yep. Okay, I'll be back in another 5 minutes. So guys, I have my tomato. Can you guys see? I'm going to be chopping 2 of these tomatoes. So I'm going to chop these tomatoes. So now guys, I'm going to add the chopped tomatoes. I'm going to mix it together. Yes, I got the real lightning now. This is how my jollof rice looks like. Can you see it's nice and red? So what I'm going to do now, the meat I fry, I'm going to be adding some because the meat is cold, so I'm going to be adding some to heat it up. Yeah, can you guys see? Ooh. Let me add the beef. This is goat's meat with skin on. I love goat's meat. So I just mix everything together, as you guys can see. So I'm going to, my rice is ready, yeah? My rice is nice and soft, but I'm going to close it again with the foil and the cover to steam for about 5 minutes, and then I'll take it out from the cooker.